Hi, I'm Kirby. This is a slow flow into yin for the autumn season with a focus on the lungs and the large intestine, which are the organs of autumn in traditional Chinese medicine. They really organize the major yin organ to the yang organ to the season. So, autumn's organs are really associated with that of release and letting go. The opportunity now in fall is to set ourselves up to receive the bounty of winter, to really allow ourselves to relax into complete darkness and stillness and let ourselves recharge before spring and summer and the more yang seasons of the year. So you'll need a blanket for practice. If you don't have a blanket in your home, find a towel or two. You're going to fold it up long ways like so, and then take it to the top of your mat. Once you get there, you'll take opposite elbows in your hands and place them down to your blanket. Keep your hips elevated and drop your forehead down to the edge of the blanket. So we're starting our practice in Anahatasana, or a melting heart, just to begin the process of bringing the lungs forward and really allowing for more volume, more capacity. So as you land, start to lengthen out your breath. That could be a count of 4 or 5. Exhale through your mouth. With each out breath, there's this release of stagnancy in the lungs, maybe any brittle, dry breaths. You start to look inward and ask, what are the things in my life that I potentially am ready to part ways with? Autumn is really the most profound season for detachment, for not clinging to all that we experienced in the spring and the summer, all of the new relationships and new experiences, and knowing that we have to be in the now. We have to be so well prepared in accepting life as it is. And sometimes that means letting go and letting things change. Oftentimes it's relationships that we never thought would be different than they were, but in yoga we learn that everything is constantly changing. And your role is to find a sense of balance between all of the oppositions, the polarities, the ups and the downs, so you can stay at center amidst all of those changes in the relationships, in the seasons, the days, the nights, just how you can see how you organize yourself. Do I cling? Do I hold? Do I force? Can I trust in the process? Take another full breath in. Emptying breath out. Begin to release your arms forward, taking yourself onto your belly. I would really urge you to keep your chest propped up on your blanket, your towel, and let your forearms rest, finding a Sphinx pose. Grounding down through the tops of your feet. Allow for your vision to come forward, your collarbones to spread a little wider east and west by pressing your pubic bone down, and that's really going to give you a rise up through the top of your head. And imagine you're taking a breath from the bottom tip of your left rib up to your right shoulder head. And then take a breath from the bottom of your right rib up to your left shoulder head. And do that twice more each side. So draw a diagonal across your front body. You should feel that that X marks the spot, gives you a little more space for your breath. Begin to bend into your left knee and draw your left knee up towards your left armpit. Take a moment, elevate your vision. Thread your right arm through, coming down towards your right shoulder. You could spin your left arm over your head as you gaze up. You could even fully come into a spin or a twist, gazing over your left shoulder. Couple breaths. Really sending your awareness into your left lung. Maybe even down to your left kidney, down to your low back. And then start to come back to your belly. Take yourself back into Sphinx. Lengthen your left leg back. And make a little pillow with your hands, stacking them. Pause. Take your breath up your back. Exhale it down your front. Come back to your forearms and glide your right knee out towards your right armpit. You could even pick your left hip bone up and place it over to its own side so you feel the whole front of your pelvis growing wider across your mat. Stay upright or thread your left arm through, coming down towards your left shoulder, and stretch your right arm up and over your head. Start to take a big spin around your center as you gaze under your right armpit. And so there's this implicit or invisible line that runs through you from your head to your tail. Try your best to keep that line at center and then spin around like a rotisserie chicken. Then use your imagination to inflate your right lung. You could even use your left nostril to do so. Take an inhale, left nostril to right lung. Exhale, right nostril. Twice more like that. Slowly come back to your belly. Forearms to earth. Right leg glides back. Go ahead and wiggle, jiggle your hips side to side. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop yourself down. Rest your forehead. And bend into your knees. Bring your heels towards your bottom. With the help of that blanket, you'll feel you have a bit of an angle for your lungs, for your torso, just to help you come into this first back bend. Back bends are incredibly nourishing for autumn as they really allow for the lungs to come forward. You could reach your arms back and grab hold of the ankles, the outer edges of the feet, and begin to press your pelvis down to find the rise up through the top of your head. Take a breath into your left and your right lung, down into your low back. Send your breath out the top of your head. And then slowly let that go. Drop yourself down completely and take a couple breaths. Place your hands beside you. Give yourself enough width to pick yourself up to a tabletop and just move your blanket out to the side. Come up onto your fingertips and take an inhale to round. And an exhale to wag your tail. You could stick your tongue out. Inhale to go in. Exhale to stick it all out. One more inhale to go in. Exhale to stick it all out. Nice. And you can start to wave it, spin it, find some barrel rolls. Drop your head. And then next time you come to center, go the other way. Strengthening the wrists as we stay up on the finger pads. The wrists will strengthen the collarbone, which will strengthen the shoulder, which is really the housing, the frame of the lungs. You start to really see that every piece is a fractal of the whole. Stay up on the fingertips, come to center, and take yourself back to a dog on fingertips just for a moment. Imagine that your armpits are spinning in. There's a bend in your knees to pick your tailbone up. Take a breath. Exhale it out. Flatten your palms. Sending your chest towards your thighs. Your inner thighs spin in and lift up towards the ceiling above you. Your finger pads move forward towards the top of your mat as your heels move back. Feel the apex of your triangle grow a little taller and your head drop a little lower. Take a look forward and start to walk nice and slow to the top of your mat. Keep your feet right under your hips so they don't come in close. You know, you're not a peg leg. You have two legs and they're out on their own sides. You could even measure by taking 2 fists and then go even 2 fists wider than that, so about 4 fists distance. Pop your heels out a bit and drop your head. For our first fold, we're going to take your hands to the back of your head and then let your interlacing draw up towards the, up to the whole crease of the finger. Really get the whole finger interlaced up towards the fleshy bit. Your thumbs, your pinky fingers. Spill yourself over your thighs, drop your head. Elbows are drawing in towards your face. As your head drops and descends, your pelvis and your tailbone ascends. So it lifts. There's a bend in your knees, so you're not locking out your legs, because really it's that bend that's going to give you access to your hips. And keep the arms right as they are, interlaced to the webbing. And start to roll yourself so slow. Chin stays tucked in all the way up towards a standing back bend. As you rise, keep the hands interlaced, but broaden your elbows out. Take a big breath into your left and right lung. Empty it out. Keep the elbows quite broad and wide. Start to bend your knees. Stick your butt out behind you. Your head into your hands. You start to lower your torso halfway. Send yourself forward to your toes while you pick your tailbone up, broaden your elbows east and west. Exhale, fold, knees towards your armpits, your chin draws into your chest, and your elbows move towards your face. Instead of riding on the brakes, take yourself towards the balls of the feet or forward. So it's like you're moving downhill on a slope. Again, bend the knees and start to roll yourself all the way up to a standing mountain. Keep the elbows hugged in until you rise, and then broaden the elbows out. Find a back bend. Send your pubic bone forward. Lift your lungs, your vision. Exhale, bend the knees. Stick your butt out. Keep the elbows broad, the knees broad. Let your chest melt to your thighs. Pause. Lift your butt. Your head forward. Exhale, knees towards your armpits. So nice. Wiggle your jaw around, and then do that one more time. Roll yourself all the way up. Broaden the elbows. Start to bend the knees and stick your butt out. Put that wave in your low back so it's not rounded. It's really arched. And then you fold in. Oh. And let your head go, your arms go. Take a halfway lift. Step your left foot back, low lunge. Drop your left knee. Untuck your left toes. Find your measure of your right knee to your right armpit. Really wrap your right arm around your right knee. You could widen your hands out towards the floor and forward so you come down into your legs. A lunge is all about the legs. It's all about stability and stamina of the lower body. That's really what gives you the expression of your upper body. So drop yourself down, chest to thigh, armpit to knee. Fit yourself. And interlace your hands against the webbing behind the back of your head. And throw your elbows forward as your pelvis comes forward. Keep bending into that right knee forward. Use the top of your back foot to send you forward. So you should really feel your pubic bone moving towards your toes, your right toes, your navel to center, your lungs forward, and then maybe your vision lifts only by virtue of you coming forward into your lunge. And you take a couple of big old breaths. Send your elbows at a diagonal to the right, all the way into a prayer twist. Left elbow, left armpit, all the way around that right knee. I like to use my right hand to help guide my right knee back to center. Take your left hand to a fist, your right hand into a cup or a mitt around that left hand. Lift your right elbow and then spin around that center axis. You could stay there, tuck your left toes and lift your left knee to rise your left hip to meet your right. Keep drawing your tailbone back. If there was a clock, it would be moving back towards 6. And the head would be moving forward in space towards 12. There'd be a little back bend, almost as if your head was dropping back between your shoulders. As you exhale, wide leg fold over to the left long edge of your mat. Take a big old exhale. Shorten your stance just a bit. Take your right hand to your left ankle. You want to make sure you have a hold on yourself. And stretch your left arm up and over your head. Let your left fingertips find the earth. So really walk them forward and then take a little peek under your left armpit. So you're in a pretty substantial spin or twist. Lots of space for your left lung to flush. Take your left fingertips right under your face, right at the center, and unthread your right arm up towards the sky. So think wrist to wrist, big line across your front body. Draw your tailbone back and that crown forward. And then do that again, right hand to your left ankle. Walk your left fingertips further forward and take a big spin, gaze under your left armpits. Left hand comes under your face, you unthread your right arm up. Oh, one more. Right hand to left ankle, walk those left fingertips way out. Take a spin. Left hand to the center of your mat, right arm up. Oh, right hand meets your left. Walk both fingertips forward. So it's like a really wide down dog on your fingertips. Keep bending your knees, sticking your butt out. And instead of riding those brakes, take yourself to the balls of your feet, anchor your tailbone back. Walk your hands in, take them to your hips, and then start to rise and lift yourself up. Inhale your arms to the sky, warrior two to the top of your mat. Fan your right toes out, bend your right knee 90 degrees, knee over ankle. Wrap your left arm behind your back for your outer right hip. Take a breath into your reverse lunge. Cup the back of your head with your right hand. All about the lungs here. Keep expanding them, finding more volume, more space. Cartwheel the hands down around your front foot and step yourself back to a down dog. Stay on the balls of your feet as you come forward to an up dog. So no bend of the elbows. Keep sending your lungs forward. Exhale to a dog. Stay on the balls of your feet. Inhale for an up dog. Exhale for a down dog. Oh. Walk yourself forward to your hands. Halfway lifts, folds. Go ahead and bring yourself up to standing. Inhale your arms up and over. Pray to your heart. One hand to heart, one hand to your sacrum at your low back, fingertips face down. Connect with self. Non-attachment. That soul that is unbound to any external gratification. Soul that is unbound by possession, labels. Your soul that is free. Your soul that is filled with unconditional love and knows when to release, when to let go. Circle your arms up, bend your knees to folds. Again, the bend in the knees is really to give you access to your hips. And you stepping your right foot back this time, lunging your back knee down, untuck your back toes. Find your measure and ankle below the knee on that left foot. So help guide it there. Allow your hips to descend. Interlace your hands to the webbing behind the back of your head, all the way up to the pinkies, all the way up to the thumbs. Elbows in towards your face to center, and then forward to come up, forward to come up. Keep bending into that front knee, using the whole top of your back foot from the big toe to the pinky toe, pelvis forward, navel and lungs. And maybe that vision lifts up. Soften your butt. No holding of that left glute. Start to spin your elbows up and over to the left, all the way around to your prayer twist. Hug that left knee to center. And fist your right hand, make a cup with your left hand. Draw your left elbow up. And if your hips here like to really move over to the right, keep drawing them back to center. So slightly to the left towards that top arm. Stay there, tuck your right toes and pick your right knee up. Even out your pelvis. Find your spin for one more breath. As you let that go, wide leg folds. Take your feet in close enough that you can get a full handle on yourself. Right hand to left ankle, left hand to right ankle. And then keep your left hand on your right leg and unthread your right arm and walk your fingertips forward. This time you're looking under your right armpit. Really inflating your right lung. Your right fingertips come under your face. You could stay up on the finger pads and unthread your left arm up to the sky. Do that again. Thread your left arm through. Reach for your right ankle. Walk your right fingertips way, way out in front of you. Again, you're going the other way. Right hand under your face. Left arm spins up. One more time. Oh. Beautiful. Both arms reach forward. Take a breath from your right knee to your left butt. Split them apart. From your left knee to your right butt, split them apart. Walk your hands back in, all the way up. You go. Bend into your left knee, warrior two, top of your mat. Right arm reaches around your back. Left hand cradles the back of your head. Oh, bend that left knee. Anchor your back foot. And then you cartwheel your hands down. You come all the way to your knees. Sit back onto your heels. Taking a breath. Emptying it out. Take your blanket or your towel and roll it. You're gonna have to unfold it one time or two times, and then just roll it so there's a little burrito shape. You don't want it too thick, so that's why long way is best. And you're gonna lift yourself up and take that right behind the crease of the knees. Pull the fleshy bits back. Anchor your heart back, sit up tall. And take your arms up to a big V. Take an inhale up to the top of your head. Exhale down the front body. Inhale halfway. Sharp exhale out the nose, Kapalabhati breath. It's a passive inhale and a sharp exhale. It's gonna sound like this. You're gonna go all the way up to 100. You probably almost are already about halfway there. Keep the arms elevated, the palms lifting up to really catch the grace of the breath. Pumping, 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 making space, clearing out. Speed it up for 10. Inhale, hook your thumbs over your head. Hold your breath. Take 3 more sips. Drop your chin, zip up from the bottom to the top. Exhale, empty. Release the arms. Pause. Inhale your breath up your back. Exhale it down your front. Palms face up on your thighs. Imagine the breath rising up your back like spring, like a new season. Holds the breath right overhead like summer, the big expression. Exhale, autumn's descent down your front. Imagine your hands are catching the leaves, the fruits. Pausing in the stillness of winter. Inhale your breath like spring rising up your back. Summer ripe overhead, hold it. Exhale, autumn's descent down your front. Catch the grace, catch the letting go, the forgiveness. Pausing for winter. Keep going. Not anticipating any season, really present. Noticing that it's really each season that feeds the next. Take an inhale. Exhale. Pick yourself up off of your blanket and move that little burrito roll towards the top of your mat. You're going to come down onto the blanket. If you have other props nearby, like blocks or another blanket, those could go under your knees, but not required. Coming down into a fish pose, you'll take the armpits towards the top of the blanket. So you want them to really be wrapped around so the head is free. And it's really the blanket supporting the back of the lungs, giving them a little lift. So slight elevation of the chest. And scan the body and allow yourself to let go. Releasing yourself of any holding. Surrendering yourself completely. As you exhale, empty, empty, empty. Inhale your low belly up to your lungs, your ribs, grow wide, up to your collarbones, and exhale out your back behind the shoulder blades, almost towards the blanket. And do that again, belly, rib cage, collarbones, exhale out your back. ease up the control of your breath. Simply observing. Relaxing yourself 5% more. Heavy your muscles and your bones. Your eyes, your jaw, your forehead. And take your right hand, like you're making a half prayer right at the center of your face. So the inseam of your index finger is resting on your third eye. Cover your right nostril with your right thumb. And take an inhale and an exhale through your left nostril. Stay like that. Next time you breathe in, hold it. Release your right arm. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Take your left hand, make that half prayer right at the center of your face. Inseam of your index finger rests on your third eye. And you cover your left nostril with your thumb. So it's like you were about to do a prayer at your third eye, but your right arm is extended. Begin to breathe in and out through your right nostril. We do breath work in fall as the lungs are really what supports the thymus. The thymus lives right in the center of your chest. This gland really aids your immune system. So the breath helps in the production of white blood cells, which is why in the fall we can really get sick more often, because things start to get really dry and our breath gets really dry. So think that you're fueling, replenishing your thymus. Like a little cold or flu buster. Inhaling, holding the breath, release your left arm. Take another sip, another sniff, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, empty. More spacious, more clear, more integrated. If you're on blocks under your legs, if there's something propped under you, move it to the side and just roll yourself onto your right side. You can move your blanket as well, so you're fully resting on the earth. Fall begins the yin of the seasons. Yin is really the more feminine, more fluid, more slow. So know that in this season you are allowed more rest, more time for introspection, less force or need to really be so productive. Everything is in seasons. Your life, your relationships, great nature is really our greatest teacher. Not to cling, not to hold, but to be really allowing for life to unfold. So to rise up to a seat. Take your hands into a prayer, into a namaste at your heart. Breath in to a breath out. Take it slow, take it easy. Namaste.